This is one of the largest ones ever seized in New South Wales.
Police in hazmat suits uncovered 46.3 kilograms of the hallucinogenic fungi after neighbours' noses tipped them off.
Strange smells, which led to us making further inquiries. The quantity seized is a surprise. It's a huge quantity for a drug that's not overly common.
Police allege 26-year-old Michael Soretta was the mastermind behind the mounds of magic mushrooms. It took officers 3 days to go through it. They also searched his car and allegedly seized more drugs and more than $50,000 in cash.
It was quite an elaborate setup. It was a professional operation, and we believe there were more people involved.
Police say it's been a decade since they've had to pull apart a magic mushroom drug lab, and this setup was like nothing they'd ever seen. But the rental property, which belongs to an elderly woman, has now been left damaged and too dangerous to enter. As for the fungi, it'll be a trip to the incinerator.
Next, Christchurch Gardens are hosed off not because of the magic mushrooms, but they're hosed off at City Council plans to charge for excessive water use. Plus, an out-of-this-world experience for a Southland schoolgirl who wants to enter the space race. They're not set to chart a special birthday for an iconic Kiwi burger business, Jeremy.
Yes, Simon, Fairburg is world famous in New Zealand, and it's also an indicator of how the Queenstown economy is going. So what does the future hold? Plus, another Kiwi classic celebrates a birthday. We take a wander down memory lane with a team from What Now to celebrate 40 years of Gunge and Gags.
And if you like a spot of isolation and don't mind the cold, we could have the job for you. New Zealand's base in Antarctica needs workers. You have what they're after. That's coming up at 7.
The knives are out.
Quietness.
Has Kirsty and Phil reflect on buying in the toughest markets?
Things are selling like hotcakes.
Where desperate times can lead to desperate purchases.
You are in so much trouble, young lady.
Location 20 years and counting. Tonight on 1.
The innovative Saristo collar delivers safe, continuous protection for your dog, killing fleas and ticks for 8 months. Saristo, so easy, it's easy peasy.
Only Mitsubishi Electric Black Diamond Series air conditioners feature advanced plasma quad filtration, cleaning air with up to 99% effectiveness, so you can breathe easy. It's our best air conditioner ever.
Now, amazing deals on now at Whitcoulls. Buy 2 books and save 20%. Get 20% off selected fashion stationery and giftware. Plus, you'll save 20% when you buy 2 or more toys. Hurry, these amazing deals must end Sunday. Only at Whitcoulls.
Your spear pier, your glare pier, the flying through the air pier. We could all use a second pier. At Specsavers, get specs and shades for $169, including single vision lenses.
Unleash the power of Vodafone Super Wi-Fi. Join any eligible broadband plan from $69 per month and get the very latest Wi-Fi tech on a 24-month term. Don't you? Search Vodafone Super Wi-Fi because I'm too busy for bad Wi-Fi. Exit fees and terms apply.
Who's keen to explore the country? With over 100,000 easy fares for under $100 ready to book every day. Discover our beautiful backyard or connect with friends somewhere new. So who's keen to take flight for less? Book now at Air New Zealand.
Partner is definitely something you want to get right.
That to-wall rootless toilet, only $289.
Where you find a competitor's lower price on same stock item, we'll beat it by 15%. We'll help you hit the reset button in your home.
At Countdown, we're always looking for ways for you to fill your trolley with value. Like great price. Prices that stay low for longer on the things you need. Specials that help you save every week. Countdown's own brand. Great quality at a great price. Plus so many other ways to make every dollar count. Including one-card rewards. So for a trolley full of value you can count on, we can help with that.
With millions of products, TheMarket.com is where Kiwis get what they need. So you want a cup? We've got a cup. Well, last count we had 3,506 kinds of cups. We're even helping them keep their cup. G'day, Pete. Find whatever floats your boat on TheMarket.com.
New Kia Sorento with the latest driver assist technology, refined interior design, and superior towing capacity. Sorento is in a class of its own.
Chamberlains fight to clear their name.
I found myself in, and I wasn't prepared to be anybody's doormat.
Trial in the Outback, the Lindy Chamberlain story, Sunday on 1.
Suboptimal. That's how Wellington's mayor's described the culture of his council. Andy Foster's ordered a review saying important decisions are being delayed. Kushla Norman joins us now. Kia ora, Kushla, this move was a surprise to many councillors, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right, Simon. A select few found out about this move. One councillor telling me, well, that's not a great start when you're trying to address a lack of cohesion. Now, this review is meant to be independent. Mayor Andy Foster says that the council, though, will not be the ones setting the terms of reference. He walked into a press conference today flanked by a couple of his councillor allies, and he said it would ultimately be him and some of those supportive councillors that would be setting the terms of reference. Now, some councillors say that this is not going to get to the root of the problem. We asked Mayor Foster why he hasn't been transparent with councillors. He said that part of the problem has been leaks. He says there's a boil that needs to be lanced. He's been on the council since 1992, and he says that the conflict within the current council is taking a personal toll.
We can have robust debate, but it's got to be done in a way which is respectful, which is productive, which is not undermining, and when that sort of thing happens, it does diminish the enjoyment of the role.
Kushla, it's fair to say that the Wellington's facing a range of issues. Tell us a bit more.
That's right. Well, this is Civic Square, and it's surrounded by problems. Over here, you've got the town hall. It's been closed for 8 years. It's undergoing earthquake strengthening work. Then behind me, you've got a couple of old council buildings. They're abandoned because they're also earthquake prone. Down here, you've got the Central Library. It's been closed for 2 years. It needs $180 million of earthquake strengthening work. And just last week, Mayor Foster put that library on the table for possible privatisation. Then underneath me, you've got a network of pipes that are old, they've been chronically underfunded, and they need to plough a lot of money into fixing that. So with all these problems combined, you're looking at a potential rates rise this year of 14% in Wellington.
Problems all around you, literally. How many, Kushla Norman in Wellington? Up to 30,000 households could be hit with an excess water charge in Christchurch. The city has the highest household water use of all our major centres, and the city council's infrastructure can't keep up. Brian Boswell reports.
The Garden City's in full bloom, and Ron Andrew is refusing to let it dry up.
No, I certainly wouldn't.
The Christchurch gardener doesn't know how much water he uses, but now the city council wants to charge households when they use more than 700 litres a day.
What we want to do is manage the demand for water.
Homeowners would pay a fixed rate of $1.35 for every 1,000 litres over the limit, and it would be the same no matter the property's value or size.
The same allocation, whether it's a 50 square metre apartment or a 2,000 square metre section, I don't think that is fair and reasonable.
Christchurch uses the most water per person of all our major cities. An average household using around 540 litres a day.
I think the same thing with your electricity bill or your bank account. If you've got information, you can think about what you're doing.
1 in 5 are expected to be stung with a bill, netting the council more than $2 million a year.
Introducing a charge like this will reduce demand and change behaviour, so we've sort of budgeted for about a 30% reduction in that peak demand.
How much water are we losing a day through those broken pipes?
So our leakage rate at the moment is around 20%.
That's billions of litres of water, and Ron Andrew believes the council should first focus on fixing the infrastructure.
Their objective is to take the pressure off their equipment, and I don't think that'll happen.
The plan is now up for consultation.
It is the Garden City.
Some residents ready to dig in. Ryan Boswell, One News.
A Southland schoolgirl is encouraging more women to explore a career in space after noticing it's mostly men who enter the industry. 12-year-old Sophie Einarson hopes to one day work for the likes of NASA or Rocket Lab, and today she got a special visit from those leading the way. Jared McCulloch explains.
Sophie Einarson is on a mission to one day launch
launch a career in space.
I really like the space industry about being like not the person who launches the rocket, not the person who's in the rocket, but all the different things behind it.
But her dreams lie in an industry mostly dominated by men, something she wants to change by getting more women interested in the job.
I'd like to see that space is for everyone and that everyone can understand that they're whatever you think you are and you can do that and be that.
She's now getting support by other Kiwi women who are sharing their stories of success in the field. 3 who have worked as interns at NASA, visiting her school today.
There's people who do astrobiology, there's people who do astrophysics like me, there's people who do all the computing side of things. There are opportunities for people in any kind of field, I guess.
I think it's a lot easier to do things if you've seen someone else do them already, and it makes it easier to shut up that little voice in your head saying you can't do this.
The Ministry for Business, Innovation and Employment and the US Embassy offering scholarships for Kiwis to work for NASA.
Women want to go to space and they deserve to go to space. They deserve those opportunities.
We promote women in any career that they actually want to be in. That's the really important bit. But I think today's visit has meant that the girls can think beyond perhaps the accepted norm.
Sophie leading the way with dreams out of this world. Jared McCulloch, One News.
Mr. Lucky, Sophie. All right, time for sport now. All eyes on an LA hospital and one Mr. Eldrick Woods.
Strange old day in the world of Tiger Woods, isn't it? Quite bizarre, really. Early days after this accident, but questions already. Is this the end of Tiger Woods' playing career? First of all tonight, though, it's staggering how he survived this crash. Closer to home, somewhat safer. We have some late changes.
Oh, I wonder if he's been back on the drugs and the booze. It looks like he has been.
Australia, the hardline starts taken by the firm's coach.
And the mixed bag across the country. Wet and windy for some, it's fine for others. The live view in Auckland currently at 23 degrees here, 24 actually check that. The heat's on again though in Christchurch, another 30-degree day, currently 27 degrees. But a cool change awaits for Thursday. After sport, how is shaping up at your place?
Apart from my mum's dementia, course hoarding.
This carer
This is absolute desperation.
needs some help of her own.
There's just too much stuff. Feels like walls are tumbling down on you.
Oh, look, that'll be brutal.
This is killing me.
New Filthy House SOS, Thursday on 1 and on demand.
You look great in these, babe. Take your time.
The KFC Kentucky Bacon Stacker. Now's good.
Well done.
Ellen? What a lovely coincidence.
What are you specimens up to?
Do you know from them?
Don't do that.
Haven't seen you in a minute. How you been? Alright, bye-bye.
Boris here is about to demonstrate what happens when you use long-lasting Brevecto Plus every 3 months. Imagine this ball of wool represents a flea, gone, and say this one is a tick, dead. Well done, Boris. And what about these worms? Got 'em. Long-lasting Brevecto Plus. No, Boris, we're finished now. Long-lasting Brevecto Plus, not the glass. Long-lasting Brevecto Plus. Treat every 3 months for fleas, ticks, plus worms.
From teddy bears to play dates and football practices. You don't want them to miss out. But what if they're missing protection you thought they had? Even if your child has been immunised, they may be missing protection against meningococcal, a rare but potentially deadly and devastating disease. Missing protection against meningococcal disease could mean missing out on a whole lot more. Ask your doctor or nurse if your child is missing protection.
When it matters most, we do things together. We invest
Heritage Celtica, a high-octane Irish music song and dance production that will storm across the country with shows on both North and South Islands this March. Witness some of the fastest taps in the world, remastered Irish classics, and a contemporary musical score that will leave you on the edge of your seat. Don't miss one of the most exciting dance shows this year, an event for the whole family not to miss. For tickets, go to CelticaLive.com.
Here at Mainland, when Bella comes to stay with Maury, he teaches her all about the ways of making cheese. She teaches him about lots of things, like taking selfies and putting funny faces on. One day, you might even get the hang of it. Mainland, good things take time.
Lisa, back up.
Coyote full season streaming now, TVNZ on demand.
One News Sport is brought to you by Mobil. Get your discounts, earn Smiles points and redeem instantly. More rewards, more simple.
Nau mai ki ngā kōiroha kinika na Otewa. Welcome to sport and welcome again to the surreal world of Tiger Woods. Quote, "You are lucky to be alive." The harrowing words from California police. In a statement just released by his team, Woods has undergone extensive surgery on his lower right leg, which suffered significant injuries in the car crash this morning just out of LA. Guy Havelt has the remarkable survival and all the reaction.
Tiger Woods was already recovering from a fifth back surgery when his car careered off the road in California today. Now the 45-year-old's facing a comeback from not only that, but at least a shattered ankle and compound fractures.
To imagine that he could recover from the injury sustained and then likely the exacerbation of the already bad back that he had and the surgery that he most recently had, it just seems like it would be a career ender.
The biggest names from former President Barack Obama to former heavyweight boxing champion Mike Tyson reeling. Close friend and fellow Tour pro Justin Thomas learning of the crash just minutes before a pre-tournament press conference.
I mean, I'm sick to my stomach. It hurts to see one of your, now my closest friends, get in an accident. And man, I just hope he's all right.
Other pros sharing the concern, then turning to his golf future.
If someone's going to get through this, he will. I have no doubt in my mind he'll be back.
But some aren't so bullish.
I just hope, he can get out of the hospital walking, meaning after recovery, and, he can still play with his kids and have a normal life.
Woods has faced adversity numerous times throughout his career, whether it's other off-course incidents or injuries to seemingly every part of his body. He's somehow found a way back. There's the 2008 US Open, which he won almost on one leg.
I think this is the best, because all the things I have to deal with.
PGA Tour wins following the numerous surgeries, and of course the 2019 Masters.
The return to glory.
His participation at Augusta National this year was already doubtful.
This is the only back I got, so I don't have much more wiggle room left there.
Now it seems certainly out of the question. As for anywhere past April, this must be his greatest challenge yet. Guy Havelt, One News.
Certainly a lot more to come on this story, that's for sure. Back here, all is relatively quiet on the America's Cup front, 10 days out from the start of the showdown between Team New Zealand and Luna Rossa. But this is the Cup, and that could change quickly. Today, the official measuring of the two boats began. It takes a few days. Come Monday, the combatants won't be able to make any changes. Up until then, it's game on. This was it on the water today for Team NZ. Grinder Marcus Hansen paddleboarding in the viaduct. However, like the proverbial duck, it's non-stop everywhere else.
Yeah, we'll be on the water tomorrow, testing more new sails right up into this point. So I've got some new sails coming. That's always part of the plan, is to bring in new fruit on right at the end.
Some of that new fruit coming under the hammer in a 25-knot breeze yesterday. How many moments have there been out on the water and training where you've had to ease off, pull back?
I don't think we have yet.
No breakages?
No breakages, so that's, touch wood.
Now, according to those in the know, Terihu Tai is flying, with suggestions they're well ahead of the Challenger, especially in light winds.
Yeah, there's all sorts of rumours. We'll see.
That's funny for the America's Cup, isn't it, Ray?
We'll see what it's like when we hit that start line.
If there is one piece of ongoing angst around the waterfront, it's regards Team New Zealand starts and possible ring rust. The Challengers Series revealing more match racing than expected. The Kiwis are using a chase boat to train against and a ton of off-water simulation.
Oh, for sure, Jimmy's done more match racing than Pete, but Pete with these boats and the boat handling is where it's at. Like if you can manoeuvre your boat more confidently and keep foiling and being able to put it in tighter positions, well, that's actually more important.
Could we see any stuff off the water happening between now and Saturday week, do you think? Any cup shenanigans, Ray?
Well, it's kind of standard, isn't it? There's always something. There's always something happening.
For the Team NZ sailors, they just plough on the foils regardless. Dame Nolene Toto has put her foot down. If you're not fit, you don't play. It's left some experienced Silver Ferns on the sidelines before the squad takes on Australia next week. Michelle Prendeville has the hard line.
Not only does Dame Nolene Toto want to outsmart international competitors, she needs her Silver Ferns to outplay them. Speed, explosive and clinical performances.
You have to be able to play that game. The only way that you can is if you're fit.
And if you're not, well, expect to be cut. Last month, Toto sent home 5 ferns due to disappointing fitness levels. The naming of today's 14-strong squad, no different.
So we haven't actually said the people who are unavailable for selections, but you can pretty much see through the selections that we've had.
So if you follow Toto's line, World Cup winning shooter Tipaya Selby Ricketts missed out, as well as experienced defender Kelly Jury. The other 3 were likely development players.
It shouldn't have been a surprise to anyone really, but yeah, we're definitely being made to work very hard, but it's all good stuff, and we know we'll get a better result on court ideally in the end.
Bailey Mears managing to meet Toto's demands, making her return after more than a year out with a knee injury. Meanwhile, Central Pulse mid-quarter Maddie Gordon is also fit and keen, set to make her international debut next week.
Oh yeah, it would mean everything. Like honestly, when growing up, people would ask me what I wanted to do, and I always said I wanted to be a Silver Fern, not knowing that it would actually happen, and to say that it could happen this time around is awesome.
It's one thing to earn a spot in Toto's side, now the next task is to pull off a win against the world #1 Diamonds. Michelle Prendeville, One News.
Now the Black Caps insist out-of-form batsman Martin Guptill is on the verge of regaining his trailblazing form. That's despite the opener failing to fire in recent months for both his national and provincial teams, and calls for Wellington young gun Finn Allen to replace him.
He's still someone that the guys trying to avoid the bowl in the nets because he is so dangerous. So hopefully it's just a couple out of the screws, and then we can see the best of Martin Guptill again.
And believe it or not, tomorrow's T20 against Australia in Dunedin will be the first match between the two teams in the Deep South in 21 years. That last match famous for Brett Lee almost taking off Adam Perora's head, the helmet falling on the stumps, taking the wicket and the win. 3 days out from the Joseph Parker Junior Far Heavyweight Showdown, the boxers have come together tonight to show off their skills in the South Auckland community. Kimberly Downs has gone along too. Evening, Kim.
Evening, Seb. Well, come Saturday, all eyes will be on Spark Arena, but right now the focus of boxing fans is here in South Auckland, and that's because a couple of local lads have come on down for a public training session. Now, at the risk of stating the obvious, these are some pretty big guys and they throw some pretty hefty punches. But guys, one thing that's been missing in the build-up to this fight, I think, is the verbal sparring. So we're going to stir it up a bit. Joe, what's one thing that really grinds your gears about Junior?
To be honest, I don't like that he's taller than me. I wish he was shorter. So maybe I have to do some adjusting. I don't know.
Honestly, that's the story of my life, mate. Junior, same question to you. If there's one thing that annoys you about Joe, what would it be?
It's that full, luxurious beard that he has on. I have beard envy, so hence why I leave it at this stage right here.
Alright, guys, any final fighting words to each other?
Can't wait. Let's get it on.
Talk is done. See you Saturday.
One day you will have a nice beard.
I think that's all we need to hear. The countdown is on until Saturday.
Any doubt that Parker would fire a big? Certainly gone tonight, hasn't it? Kimberly Downs with us live from the public training session in Manukau. Lynn
They might have spent almost $400 million on new stars in the off-season, but Chelsea had their backup striker, Olivier Giroud, to thank for coming up with a play that's given them a crucial advantage in the Champions League. A 1-0 win away to Atletico Madrid in the first leg match, sealed with these acrobatics.
The first check, it just looked as though it was a clear offside.
Frenchman certainly has a knack for flair goals. Who could forget this spectacular scorpion kick that won him Goal of the Year 4 years ago?
Wow.
Pretty talented, that's for sure. More to come on this Tiger Woods
no doubt.
story, I'm sure, tomorrow. We'll keep you posted.
Thanks very much for that, Sal. Coming up in a few minutes on 7 Sharp, working on the world's coldest continent.
Yes, there are jobs up for grabs in Antarctica, and you don't have to be a scientist either. Find out what workers they're after.
Plus, how often you brush your teeth? Turns out Kiwis are neglecting their oral health care. So what should you do to keep them sparkly clean? Look forward to seeing you at 7.
Tonight on One, light up your life with the brilliant 5 gold rings. Then the knives are out for Kirsty and Phil on location, 20 years and counting. On 2, it's Meet the Parents time on The Bachelorette New Zealand. Then our supernatural sleuths are back in the season premiere of Wellington Paranormal. Later on, Duke will learn from the masters with new NZ Hunter adventures. Plus, season 4 of the hit Aussie drama Dr. Doctor is available now on demand.
Renovate your little slice of paradise.
Save up to $1,000 in interest with our personal loan pay it faster option, just by paying an extra $50 a month.
Let's
Jim, partners in money. Us today.
get all the yeah and none of the nah with our Vodafone Business Team Plan. Say yeah to endless data, text, minutes and hotspotting for just $38 each per month for teams of 5 to 100. And say nah, no long-term contracts or lead plans. Go you. Search Vodafone Business Team Plan today.
We are not number 1 in New Zealand, so why would you want to buy a vehicle from us? Reason number 9, build to the 9. The commercial vehicle range that is New Zealand's best value for on the market, only from your LTV dealer. A Kiwi's home is our castle, and castles come in all shapes and sizes. Carpet Mill's Kiwi-made carpets are designed with Kiwi homes in mind. Whether you're in town or country, our carpets come guaranteed for a long and happy life. Because no matter what goes on inside your castle, we've got the carpet for you. Carpet Mill, because there's no place like home.
Summer starts at Fresh Choice with fresh local deals on skinless chicken breast fillets, just $9.90 a kilo. Yellow flesh nectarines, peaches or golden peaches, $4.80 a kilo. And Whittaker's chocolate blocks, 2 for $9. Fresh Choice, where fresh meets local.
Harvey Norman has all your home appliance needs. Secure yours today. Big brand ovens, cooktops, range hoods, dishwashers, refrigeration and microwaves. Big brand washing machines and dryers. Big brand TVs, home audio solutions, and great deals on our entire range of Sunbeam. Like this amazing Dura ceramic air fryer, a super cheap $129. Plus buy now on 60 months interest free and get a bonus gift card up to the value of $500. Secure your appliances today at Harvey Norman.
Make the switch with all-new Swift Hybrid from Suzuki, the experts in fuel economy. With stop-start and electric engine assist for outstanding fuel efficiency, it's the Swift you love with all-new smart hybrid technology.
The cylinder's gone and you don't know why. It's sprung a leak and you wanna cry. See the cylinderguy.co.nz. For all hot water cylinders supplied and installed, see the cylinder guy, cylinderguy.co.nz.
Wow, crazy year. But whatever happens next this summer, no, you'll never run out of data with Skinny's Endless Data Weekends. Endless Data Weekends. Get free endless data every weekend all summer long, no matter what happens. Get the Skinny.
Face to face.
Don't you touch her.
I just stood there like I was a kid again. I couldn't do anything.
Will everything come undone? I have to tell you something, but just know that I love you. Shh, straight. Next on 2.
Sarah, Gwen, Susan, Annette, Linda, Yvette, Janine.
At Barrenbrook, we know sheep and beef. We used that knowledge to develop 3 key ryegrasses specifically for sheep and beef farmers.
Sandy, Pam, and Sheila.
Hello, an active front man swaying across parts of the
the south of the country, but the big blocking high will make sure it never makes its way further north. Just fading away, brought some good winds, some good rain. You can see the massive cloud. Notice how it becomes thin and bitty. There's the main low going away. Got a good shield of cloud, that northwest arch, which looked rather gnarly with the strong winds going over the Alps. Check out the bottom side of that there. And of course, wind gusts over 150 kilometers per hour for the Alps. But the big story was the temperatures. Again, 33 degrees with that warm nor'wester. Christchurch, lots of other 30s. Tomorrow, bring a front through. Sure, we'll see how the colours change. You're back to your teens, and that front's still sitting there. The energy of the front goes away. Blocking high keeps that front from moving that way. Remember how the high, the big bubble there, is like a brick wall? There's your front, and notice the spells of rain. Spells of rain across the upper South Island, and then it's more likely drizzle with the flow going on shore. South from that you're fine, north from that, for much of the North Island, it's as you were. Some early cloud, odd spot of rain or drizzle to some northern eastern areas, but looking okay. This is going into Friday. That front just fades away. Blocking high, yeah, it's finally gets in, still sitting there for a lot. It's fine, it's dry into Friday. Heading into the weekend, there you go. High is still there. Another system tries to make a run in, which may bring some late day weekend rain into western areas, but weekend at the moment looking fine and dry and warm for many of us. Let's get back into tomorrow, because of course we've got this front still sitting across the upper South Island. That's got spells of rain there. In that northeast flow, like you've seen in the last couple of mornings, some cloud, spot or two of rain, but for most, through the day, it's brightening skies, it's fine, it's dry, 24, 25 over parts of the Northland. Same sort of thing for Auckland. You've got about 26 tomorrow. Starting off grey, maybe that odd isolated shower, but like you've seen the last couple of days for many, you probably won't see it. Temperatures still into the middle 20s, and that northeasterlies with you through the course of the day. Bay of Plenty down to the central plateau. May start off grey, maybe that spot of light rain or drizzle here and there, but very isolated for most, brightening the skies into the afternoon. Hamilton finishes at 26, pretty similar for you. Some early cloud, brighten the skies, maybe the odd little spot of rain here and there, but for most it is otherwise fine. Tikuriti will finish at 27. Looking pretty similar for Tauranga as well. Maybe an odd spot, perhaps in the morning, but we'll brighten the skies through the course of the day. You can see as well around the region that may be the odd isolated shower, but for most, a lot of dry weather into the mixture. Tracking our way east, one thing I do notice across eastern is the wind will shift around more of an easterly. That drags in some cloud. Maybe even a morning shower chance for Gisborne, but I think all others, it's just increasing cloud through the day. A bit more cloud from your Plymouth, Whanganui, and maybe even you might notice some showers going up over the ranges, Palmerston North, and I think all otherwise fine and dry. Wellington, southerly change. About lunchtime, may bring a shower. You notice the wind change there. 21 degrees, and of course you'll feel a little bit cooler going into the evening after the southerlies come through, but it's just passing its way through. It's not a mean one as well. Not much guts to this thing. There it is. You can see the mass of rain. This is rid of the wetter spots. So Nelson Blenheim is a raincoat day. Kaikoura, Westport, that will eventually ease, becoming more patchy by the end of the day. It gives you the onshore flow. Remember the 33 in Christchurch today? Yeah, 19. That's some drizzle coming into the afternoon. Southwest change comes in probably after midnight tonight and around the region. Different feel as the flow goes onshore. So it's drizzle into the afternoon. There's your spell of some rain wet towards the west coast there. Hokitika, Greymouth, Ashburton, Timaru, that is the drizzle. Notice those temperatures 17. Queenstown, overnight rain clears away. It's otherwise okay for you. Early cloud, 20 degrees for you, of course. Winds have shifted around, and around the region, the same sort of thing. Just a bit of early cloud here, and then we're finishing off right around 20 degrees. And finishing off across the rest of the South Island, all looks pretty similar. That's the early spot of rain there for Oamaru. Further south to Stewart Island, you're back into the sunshine, 14 degrees and fine shade. And for Dunedin, any overnight spots of rain go away in the southwest. All that tends to clear, still keeping some cloud. And of course, 16 degrees, that is where we finish. And the numbers a little bit cooler as we start. So that's how it's looking. Some lovely colours, of course, but it's really that big area of high pressure keeping a lot of us still fine and dry. Thank you very much for that. All right, time now for 7 sharp, and you're celebrating over the Sound Marshall, one of the most famous burgers in the land, Hillary.
Yes, Simon, it's a burger that draws crowds from all over the country. So what is Berg Burger's secret? We'll have more on that shortly, but first to some astounding stats about our dental health.
Yes, we've uncovered some intimate findings about how often people clean their teeth.
I knew they were hurting him in there, but surely there was another way. How could he do this again?
Next time on Home and Away, when Kobe was in hospital, I told him to do whatever he needed to do to survive.
You can reunite after 10 years.
He wants to meet up.
I bet he does.
I gotta go.
So we're gonna get a drink.
Pack your bags and get out. We're done. Oh, we're done, are we? You took
You just pretend to be okay with him? For me? For my friendship with Harper and Drew?
You're gonna sit by Nick, get some better friends.
Well, I'm not gonna cut them out of my life.
You cut Leanne out.
That is not the same.
Great. Carla made you feel like your mum was toxic.
No, she didn't.
Next minute, it's see you later, Leanne.
What Carla did say is I should be aware of people ganging up on me.
Whoa. Talking to Harper about what's going on isn't ganging up on you.
That's what it feels like.
Well, I was upset about Wilder leaving. I want to feel comfortable here.
Yeah, he doesn't because of me.
That's not what I'm saying. Wilder wants to live with Saskia. She's his mother too, I suppose.
And this thing with Harper and Drew, it's just a blip in a beautiful friendship.
I had put up with him for 8 years. That's right. Life's too short to waste on people who are toxic.
Does Drew give you panic attacks? Does he try to steal your life or smash your self-esteem? No.
I'm getting in before any of that happens. Tell Carla I said that.
Boys, I need you to just find it.
Oh, double trouble.
Oh no, please, let me see if I get this right this time. Romy, Remy, no?
You're tricking us, aren't you?
You doing okay? You look like you're wrong.
Good exercise.
Where's Boy?
Still at the hospital.
Are you overworking him?
Not me.
Boyd's doing this huge research project.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah, it is.
He's lost himself already, hasn't he? I've seen this before. The zombie stage kicks in, so.
Oh, you better be awake for date night tonight. Sounds romantic. We try a new recipe, find out.
We should have date nights.
That's every night.
I like your style. You're a role model, Zara.
I thought it was sorted.
I tried to do the right thing. I showed you show, but I'm supposed to be the one with the problem.
Do you have a problem?
No, of course you're going to take it yourself. She was like something out of my mother's Wiccan group. Like the first with the witchy boo.
And are you sure you didn't do anything else to set it up?
It's her. She's got the attitude. What do you like? I don't want her over here. The cold curtain belly for the playdates.
You're serious?
I do not want that dark energy around here.
Okay, look into it. Do damage control.
I'm the one who's damaged.
Yeah, I can tell.
Hi, buddy.
Hello.
Is it what I think it is? Okay, you enjoy.
She was like, oh, this is so sweet. She gave that showing up to make a fuss. Were you clear?
I have to tell you something. I just know I love you. I was only trying to help.
Just say it.
new season of Wellington Paranormal starts tonight on 2.
I'm on tour the subway, finding the freshest stories from around the country. I'm Chris Parker, and we're in Wanaka. Shuttle Pops. We can give them a helping hand. So we're here with the Shuttle Pop guy. Yes, I am. Just standing chicken there. Just want to show you around, eh? I love that. Wow. When did you get the idea and the inspiration to get into the Shuttle Pop business?
Got a lockdown